That's so mean, sis. You could have at least told me you were getting married. I was shocked when I heard about it from someone today. I can't believe you do this to me. We used to share everything with each other. I had to find out from someone else. Do you know how embarrassing that was? People were talking about your marriage and I didn't even know. Everyone knew except me. And you didn't even try to tell me. Do you know how that felt? I don't need to inform someone I've cut ties with. Is that really how you see us now, after everything we've been through? How can you be so cold? We used to tell each other everything. Remember all those secrets we kept from Mom and Dad? All those times we covered for each other? Remember when we were kids? We promised to be each other's bridesmaids. You said you'd never break that promise. This is just cruel. We grew up together. How could you not tell me? I was there for every important moment in your life. Your graduation, your first breakup, everything. Did you forget why we cut ties in the first place? That's different. This isn't about that. This is about family. I know things aren't great between us, but this is different. This is your marriage. It's once in a lifetime. Can't you see how special this is? We're still sisters. It's normal to tell each other about getting married. Being estranged doesn't matter. Blood is thicker than water. You can't just erase our relationship. Being estranged means exactly that. We don't share life events. Mom and Dad knew about it. Even our cousins knew. Everyone in the family knew except me. Why was I the only one left out? What did I do to deserve this? You know exactly why, and if you're messaging me now... I just want to be part of your life again. I miss my big sister. Can't we move past what happened? It was so long ago. People make mistakes. It matters a great deal. Besides, if you're contacting me like this now, does that mean you're ready? Huh? Ready? What are you talking about? Ready for what? Stop being so mysterious. Don't play dumb. You know what I mean. I really don't understand. Why can't you just say what you mean? Why are you being so cryptic? Just tell me what you want. You said you'd contact me when you were ready to return the $30,000 you stole from me 5 years ago. We agreed you wouldn't contact me until then. So, since you're messaging me, you must be ready to pay me back, right? That's not fair. You're bringing that up now? After all this time? Why do you always have to bring up the past? Can't we just move forward? It wasn't stealing. I was just desperate. You don't understand how bad things were. The business was about to go under. Desperate doesn't make it not stealing. But the bank wouldn't give me a loan. I tried everything else first. You were the only one who could help me out. I had no choice. I can't possibly have that kind of money ready. Business is still tough with the recession. The $30,000 I borrowed from you helped save the business, but I'm nowhere near being able to pay it back. The pub is barely breaking even. I have so many expenses to pay for. You have no idea how hard it is to run a business. Stop calling it borrowing. You took it from my account without asking. That's the definition of stealing. You stole $30,000. Don't twist the facts. Next time, only contact me when you have the money ready. Wait, please don't go. You can't do this to me. I miss my sister. We used to be so close. You can't just ignore me. Sarah, please. Wait, sis. Don't end the conversation so quickly. Don't shut me out like this. I actually have a favor to ask. Please hear me out. Just one small favor. It could help both of us. Huh? A favor from me? After everything you've done, you want to ask me for a favor? You must be joking. Well, Mom told me you haven't had your wedding ceremony yet, right? She says you're still looking for a venue. She told me all about it. She said you're still planning it. Yeah, we haven't found the right venue yet. Plus, neither of us is comfortable with formal events, so we're considering not having one at all. No, but that would be such a waste. You can't just skip the ceremony. Every bride deserves her special day. A wedding is a once-in-a-lifetime celebration. You regret not having one. So you absolutely should have a wedding ceremony. It's like the only time in life when lots of people celebrate you. Everyone wants to see you as a bride. Mom would be so disappointed. Well, that's true. Don't you want the perfect day? Every girl dreams of her wedding, and I have the perfect solution. The perfect answer to everything. You'll love this idea. It solves all your problems. If you don't like formal events, you could have a more casual ceremony. So why not have it at my pub? I'll give you a family discount, just $30,000 to rent the whole place. It's such a good deal. Think of the savings. What? Your pub for our wedding ceremony? You can't be serious. Restaurant weddings are trendy, you know. It's casual and definitely cheaper than a wedding venue. All the magazines are talking about it. It's the new thing. Think about it, the casual atmosphere and good food. We could make it really special for you. I'd handle everything. Your place isn't a restaurant. It's just a pub and grill. Don't suggest something so ridiculous. Don't say that. My pub has character. It's cozy and warm. The regulars love it. Everyone says it's charming. Come on, we'll decorate it nicely. Everyone loves grilled food, old and young alike, so it'll be fun. Plus, it'll help boost my sales. $30,000 is cheaper than a normal wedding, right? We could put flowers everywhere, string lights across the ceiling, make it really romantic. Let me get this straight. You want me to pay you exactly the amount you stole from me? It's the same or more expensive, you foolish sister. Really? That can't be right. But wedding venues cost so much these days. I looked it up online. I thought wedding venues were way more expensive. The local hotel charges more. Charging $30,000 to rent a pub. Don't try to rip off the sister you stole from. I'm not trying to rip you off. This is a special deal. This is a special family rate. I normally would charge more. Don't worry, I'll make amazing food for the day. How about a tower of grilled meats instead of a wedding cake? We'll stack it high and everyone can eat from it. It'll be really unique. Nobody else will have a wedding like this. People will talk about it forever. What? Are you even listening to yourself? If you keep saying such stupid things, I'll go to the police. I could file a report about the $30,000 theft from 5 years ago. What? You wouldn't really do that to your own sister. That would destroy my business. You're just trying to scare me. Please, I'm just trying to help you out. I want to make your day special. Help or help yourself? You're trying to get $30,000 out of me again. I've been lenient because we're family and I'm willing to wait for repayment, but you just keep getting more and more brazen. I'll say it again. Don't contact me until you have my money. We're staying estranged until you pay back every cent. If you understand, then go collect the money. Sarah, please, don't be like this. You're being so harsh. I'm trying to make things right. Please answer me. Just say something. You can't just ignore me again. I'm still your sister.
Sorry, Sarah? I think I might have just met your sister. Something awkward happened, so I thought you should know about it.
What? My sister? What do you mean? Where did you see her? Tell me everything.
Please don't be upset. It wasn't planned. I didn't know it was her place when we walked in. The guys just picked this place randomly. I'm really sorry. I know you've been trying so hard to avoid meeting her to not cause any trouble to me. We just walked in without thinking. My colleagues picked the place and I had no idea. I didn't realize until later.
I'm not angry, David, but what do you mean you might have met her? You don't even know what she looks like. How would you know? Did she say something about me? What made you think it was her?
Well, I'm at this pub and grill right now, and I think I might be your sister's place.
Which place is it?
It's located near the station, a small place of red lanterns.
What? Are you still there at the pub?
Yes, I am. I'm still here with colleagues, and the atmosphere is getting awkward. She keeps looking over at me. Remember I said I was going drinking with colleagues today? This is our third stop and we end up at this place with a female owner. After some drinks, we got talking and she mentioned being estranged from her sister who's getting married. It seems too coincidental. She was talking about her sister's wedding and about being left out, and some other details matched up as well. Too many coincidences that all match up to you.
Did she mention anything else? What exactly did she say? Be specific about what she said. I need to know everything.
She talked about family problems, about missing her older sister, and something about money issues and being left out of wedding plans. She's had quite a few drinks and does seem to be drunk.
I see. Is this pub in the alley behind Central Station, the one with outdoor seating?
Yes, exactly, that pub. As I said, the one with the red lantern outside. You can't miss it. So it really is her place. I thought I might be wrong.
Yes, that's definitely my sister's place. Can't believe this happened.
Should I leave now? I can make an excuse to head out of here. I can say I'm not feeling well. I'm sure the guys will understand. But actually, I think she might have figured out who I am too. She keeps glancing at me and asking probing questions, like what my newlywed wife's name is. She's getting more and more curious about me. Keeps coming to our table.
How much have you told her about us? Be honest with me. What did you say?
Nothing specific yet. I've been very careful, trying to avoid her questions, just saying I'm recently married, and nothing more than that.
In that case, you might as well tell her the truth about us. You can even say hello properly. There's no point hiding it from her now. She'll find out eventually anyway.
Really? Are you sure about this? Won't that make things worse? Won't that cause problems to you? I really don't want to upset you.
Don't worry, it's fine. Just be careful. But remember, just don't exchange any contact information, and don't give her our home address.
Of course not. I wouldn't do that. I'll be super careful about this. What if she asks about the wedding?
Just keep it vague. Don't tell her about any of our plans, or where we actually live. Just only tell her the basic information.
Alright, I'll just say hello and then make an excuse to leave. Even though it was by chance, I'm really sorry about today. I just feel terrible about this. Such bad luck.
You don't need to apologize. It was bound to happen eventually. We live in the same city after all. I can't avoid her forever.
But still, I feel bad about this. I know how complicated things have been between you two.
It's okay. Just be careful what you say to her.
Sure, I will. See you later.
Keep me updated. And text me when you leave.
I will. I'll head out soon.
Hey sis, when are you going to contact me? I've been waiting forever, and it's no fun that you haven't reached out to me. You must be curious. About what happened? I thought you'd at least want to check on things after that night. Aren't you curious at all? Why would I need to contact you? Our agreement hasn't changed. Nothing has changed. Don't play dumb, sis. You know exactly why. Your husband must have told you, right? He came to my pub, but you haven't had any reaction to that, which is so boring. I thought for sure you'd contact me saying, stay away from him. Aren't you worried about what happened? He was just a customer who happened to walk into your pub. Why would I need to contact you about that? Nothing more than that. Oh, you're so cold, so distant, always acting so detached, like nothing matters. Actually, we might be more than just customer and owner now. Much more, much closer. Want to know what happened after that night? All the details? Excuse me? What are you trying to say? What exactly do you mean? Want to know what happened after his colleagues left? When we were alone, just the two of us? Should I tell you the details? Every little thing? You see, my pub usually gets a lot of balding older guys. So having a handsome customer like your husband is totally welcome. Plus, he works at a big company and seems to spend well. I've always wanted to marry someone like that. Someone so successful and someone so handsome. He's exactly my type. Perfect, really. Smart, successful, good-looking. Everything I want. Don't tell me you're trying to steal my husband after stealing my money. Sorry, but that's not happening. You never change, do you? Always wanting what isn't yours. Who says it's not happening? Maybe it already has. Because I might have already stolen him. Apparently, you don't know everything about him. People have secrets. What exactly are you implying? Say it clearly. Want to know the secret? Something about your husband that you don't know? Just tell me. Well, actually, we've been dating since the day we met. He fell in love with me at first sight. It was so romantic. He said I was special. Unlike anyone else. What are you talking about? This is ridiculous. It's just complete nonsense. Shall I tell you more? All about us? All the sweet things he said to me in every detail? What? Actually, that day, even after all his colleagues left, he stayed until closing time. Then he came over to my place. We got really close. He kept whispering about wanting to marry me. He couldn't resist me. We talked all night about so many things, getting really close. Wait, are you serious about this? Do you actually believe what you're saying? Is this a joke? Why wouldn't I be? I'm completely serious. I have proof. Want to see? Why would I lie? We're together right now, actually. Planning our future. He's literally sitting right next to me. He stayed at my place last night, and today we're going on a date together. We're so happy together, like a real couple. Emily, what's wrong with you? That's absolutely impossible. Dating, being together, stop saying such nonsense. You're delusional. Why are you in denial? Afraid of the truth? Can't handle the truth? Just accept it. I'm sorry, sis. I know it's hard to believe, but he's mine now. He's completely in love with me. He's right here next to me saying, let's have our wedding ceremony soon. We're planning everything. He wants to leave you for me. It's meant to be. My husband is laughing hysterically right now. He can barely breathe from laughing. He thinks this is hilarious. Huh? What do you mean? You're lying. He can't be with you. Stop making things up. You're saying ridiculous things, and my husband is laughing so hard it's getting annoying. Please stop. What if he pulls a muscle from laughing? He's literally crying from laughter. He can barely speak. What are you talking about? He's right here next to me. There's no way he could be with you. You're the one who's lying. Stop trying to trick me. Why are you being like this? I can prove it. Want me to ask him something? Actually, we're on our honeymoon in Hawaii right now. We're enjoying our trip together. Want to see the view from our hotel? The beach is beautiful. What? You two are in Hawaii? That's impossible. No, that can't be right.
We took the first flight to Hawaii this morning, so him whispering sweet nothings next to you, that's completely impossible, don't you think? Think about it logically. Use your brain.
No way, you're making this up. This isn't funny anymore. Stop lying to me. No, what are you saying? He's really here with me right now. We've been together since last night. If you're on your honeymoon, then who's this man next to me? He has to be your husband. Who else could it be?
That's probably my colleague, I'm guessing. There's no need to panic. Though it's pretty entertaining. Really quite funny.
Huh? What's going on? This can't be happening.
Hi there, long time no see. Since that night at the pub. Been a while, hasn't it? Remember me? I left early that night with my colleagues. I did probably introduce myself as the sister's husband at the pub, but I guess you don't even remember my face or name. Must have been the drinks. You were pretty drunk. Remember me?
Kevin? You're the real Kevin? This can't be happening. No.
Yep, you've already got my name wrong. I'm David. David who's in Hawaii on his honeymoon with his wife Sarah. And definitely not the guy you've been dating. Not even close. Wrong person entirely.
What? This can't be happening. Tell me this isn't real.
First, I'd like to ask you something. How much do you remember about that night at the pub? Be honest now. Do you remember who left when? The whole evening? You remember faces, names, times? You were drinking heavily with customers while working. My colleagues are pretty fun people, so you were drinking at quite a pace. Looks like you don't remember faces, names, or even that I left early. It was quite a night.
What? You left early? No, you stayed late. I remember someone staying late. Someone was there.
Yes, I left early because I didn't want to worry my beloved wife. I heard from my colleagues later about what happened after I left. They said you kept drinking quite a bit. You were pretty far gone by then. The drinks kept flowing.
This isn't making sense. My head hurts just thinking about it. Everything's mixed up. But now that you mention it, I do remember someone leaving early, but I can't believe that was my sister's real husband. So I've been misunderstanding who I was with this whole time? All this time? With the wrong person?
That's right. You might have recognized me at first, but as you kept drinking, you spent the whole time with my colleague. The one you were getting touchy-feely with while drinking was actually my coworker. Not me at all. A different person entirely.
This can't be. I thought he was my sister's husband the whole time. All this time. How can I mix this up? What have I done?
Your misunderstanding is funny. But what's even funnier is my colleague. He was just saying, I'm done with women for life. But here he is with a girlfriend already. Talk about a quick recovery. Quite the turnaround.
What?
That drinking party was actually meant to cheer him up, since he recently got divorced. Who would have thought he'd find someone new so quickly? He's divorced, but he's a good guy, so please take care of him. He did spend all his savings on alimony. He's a really good person.
What? He's divorced?
Yeah, the divorce hit him pretty hard. Lost everything. Starting over from scratch.
No way! This guy's completely broke, and he's divorced. That's the worst! This has to be a joke. This can't be happening.
Well, we'll get back to enjoying our honeymoon. You two enjoy your fresh new relationship.
Sis, about the $30,000 I borrowed, I'm going to pay it all back. I've already transferred it, so check your account. The money should be there now. All of it.
What? Why are you suddenly able to repay? You just said you had no money at all. What's going on? What changed?
I've got great news! Amazing news! You won't believe it. Actually, my boyfriend offered to pay it for me. He's just covering it for now. I'll pay him back eventually, though. He's so generous. Isn't that wonderful? He really loves me.
Boyfriend? Who exactly are you talking about? Please don't tell me. You can't mean...
You know, my boyfriend, of course. I'm getting married to David's colleague. Isn't it exciting? We're in love. It happened so fast.
What? Isn't this too soon? You just met each other. You can't be serious.
Isn't it wonderful? Like a fairy tale. Everything's working out so perfectly. Just like destiny. He said it's better to clear any debts before marriage. So he offered to cover the $30,000. Isn't he just so generous? He's such a gentleman. So thoughtful. He really cares about me.
Wait a minute. Are you seriously saying you're getting married to that recently divorced colleague? You're actually going to marry him even though you only started dating him because you mistook him for David? Have you lost your mind? This has to be a joke. Think this through. You barely know him.
Why are you being so negative about this? Can't you just be happy for me? This is good news. Sure, our relationship started because of a misunderstanding, but I'm fine with that. It's not like I actually wanted to marry your husband specifically. I just wanted a good-looking guy with money. Fate works in mysterious ways. It was meant to be.
Listen to yourself. You sound so desperate. But weren't you totally against him being divorced? Are you okay with that now? What happened to that's the worst? Remember what you said about that?
People can change their minds. Things are different now. Love changes everything. I understand him now. I don't care. I asked him about it. And apparently the divorce was his wife's fault. He wasn't to blame at all. So if that's the kind of divorced guy he is, it's totally fine to marry him. His wife made his life miserable. He deserves better. He deserves me.
I see. And you believe everything he told you, just like that, without question?
Yes, I do. And more importantly, now that I've paid back the debt, we're not estranged anymore, right? So we can go back to being like we used to be. You'll come to my wedding, right? We can be sisters again, like before. I really miss you so much. Please do come to my wedding.
What? Wedding? You're already talking about that as well? Are you hearing yourself?
Why wait, when it's true love? Age isn't on our side. And we're actually planning to register our marriage tomorrow. The length of dating doesn't matter for marriage. He's so eager to marry me. Can't wait to start our new life together.
This is just insane.
When you know, you know. Love doesn't need time. Time doesn't matter. Besides, we're not getting any younger.
I see. Well, I won't say anything if that's what you've decided. Congratulations on your marriage, and thank you for repaying the debt. At least that's settled. The money's finally back.
You're welcome. Now my debt is settled. I've got a totally devoted husband. My life is going great. I'm at peak happiness right now. Everything's perfect, like a dream.
I hope that happiness lasts forever. As your sister, I have some concerns, but try your best to make it work. But remember to be careful. You might need this warning eventually.
Huh? What's with that cryptic comment? What concerns? What do you mean? Tell me. He's completely in love with me. Plus, his colleagues all respect him, and he's a good person. So I don't care that he's divorced. Actually, a man with a past is kind of sexy. We even have customers who've been divorced 5 times, so once is totally fine. He's so mature. He knows what he wants. Everyone deserves a second chance. Why are you trying to ruin this?
Well, there's something you should know. Something really important about Kevin. I wonder if you'll still feel that way when you learn the real reason for his divorce. Will you still be so confident then? Just think carefully about what I'm trying to say.
Huh? What are you talking about? Stop being mysterious. What do you mean? Just tell me. The reason was his wife's fault, right? I heard she was a terrible woman who neglected all the housework. He did nothing wrong. He told me everything. He was the victim. She mistreated him.
Well, apparently that divorce story isn't quite true. There's more to it. Much more. The truth is different.
What do you mean? Stop being so mysterious. Just tell me.
David also took his story at face value and organized that consolation drinking party. But later, one of his ex-wife's friends revealed the true reason for the divorce. Turns out the real reason lay with the husband. With Kevin, your fiancé. Think about it.
You mean with Kevin? No, he wouldn't. He's so kind. You must be wrong.
Apparently, while Kevin is a nice guy at work, he was horrible at home. They both worked, but he dumped all the housework on his wife. And despite that, he was incredibly critical and said terrible things to her. He has 2 faces, a work face and his real face. And it seems that he only gave her $100 a month for living expenses. He told her to manage with her own salary since she was working too. Meanwhile, he spent most of his own money on going out with women, on entertainment, on himself. She found receipts from hostess clubs. Lots of them.
No way! He's just a terrible guy! Nothing but a complete lowlife! But he paid my debt. That means something, doesn't it? Maybe he's changed. People can change, right?
I'm not so sure, but that's why I'm worried as your sister. I hope he's changed after the divorce and can be happy with you, but I just had to warn you before it's too late.
It will be fine. He's totally in love with me now. He's incredibly kind. He paid off my debt. He's properly paying child support to his ex-wife. He's a serious and kind person. He's different now. He must be. People learn from mistakes.
By the way, about that child support, there's more to it. According to his ex-wife, getting that child support was quite a struggle. At first, he kept running away, saying, "I won't pay a single cent." So finally, she had to take him to court and just fight for every penny, since he resisted paying until the very end.
What? But he seems so responsible. He talks about responsibility all the time. About doing the right thing. About being a good man.
And apparently, he was super sweet at first during their marriage, but after just a week of being married, he showed his true colors and turned cold, just like he's being sweet to you now. History repeating. Sound familiar, huh?
No way! Wait, this is getting scary. Nothing but terrifying information is coming out. This can't be happening. Please tell me you're joking. Tell me this isn't real. Not again.
Oh, there's plenty more scary information to tell you. Want to hear it all? Every detail of it? Well, I still can warn you.
What? I don't want to hear it, but I guess I need to know. Just go ahead and tell me everything, please.
Well, you see, his ex-wife was a head chef at an upscale restaurant. He used that against her, demanding she make restaurant-quality meals at home. It's impossible to make high-end restaurant food with regular ingredients, right? But he was so strict about it that he would sometimes throw things when angry. He has a temper, a really bad one, and he shows it at home, where nobody can see.
No way! That's just straight-up abuse! He throws things when he's angry? When he doesn't get his way? But I run a pub. Oh no, this is bad.
And since she handled some management at her restaurant, he said, then managing household finances should be easy for you and dumped everything on her. If he found any receipt he didn't like, he'd yell at her endlessly. I hope the same thing doesn't happen to you either. Sound familiar, right? Think about your situation, about your pub.
Wait, this is seriously bad. I run a food business too. I have everything in common with his ex-wife. We're exactly the same type, the same background. Don't tell me I'm going to be treated like his ex-wife, being demanded to make restaurant-quality food at home, having my financial management strictly monitored. I can barely do basic accounting. My books are a mess. I'm terrible with money.
Wonder what kind of newlywed life awaits you. Exciting, isn't it? So think about it carefully, while you still can, before actually getting married.
There's nothing exciting about this. I can't do any of that. I only run a pub and grill because grilled food is all I can make. I can't cook fancy food like his ex-wife. I barely manage the pub. Sarah, help me. What should I do? I'm so scared.
Good luck, Emily. He must really love you if he's rushing into marriage so quickly. Surely he won't treat you like he did before with his ex-wife. I'm sure it will be different this time. Maybe he has really changed. For you.
How can you know that? What should I do? What should I do? Why did I agree to marriage so quickly? Maybe I can still cancel it now. Or is it too late? The marriage registration is tomorrow. I'm so scared.
Do you actually think you can cancel this marriage after he paid off your $30,000 debt? Unfortunately, that's probably not possible. Well, anyway, let's each try to live our lives happily, sister. You made your choice, so good luck. As expected, Emily is being held to the same standards as the ex-wife of Kevin's. However, Emily can only cook pub food well, and since she constantly drinks with customers every day while working, her business management is quite loose and approximate. There's no way she could handle perfect housework and household management, so apparently, Kevin just explodes at her every day. She actually considered divorce several times. But he tells her, if you want to divorce, pay back the $30,000 I covered immediately. So I hear she's just quietly enduring each day. By the way, after David learned about his colleague's true nature, he says, having a bad example nearby is so educational. It makes me want to treasure my wife more every day. While maintaining a professional relationship at work, he's gradually keeping his distance from Kevin.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
How is it that every time I think you couldn't possibly be any worse of a person, you end up proving me wrong? At what point are you going to ask yourself, maybe I ought to stop tormenting my sister? Whoa, somebody's grumpy. Good afternoon to you too, Mia. What's on your mind? You seem to be upset about something, and I have no idea what in the world it could possibly be. Don't play dumb with me. You know exactly what you did. Aunt Rebecca stopped by the house today carrying a massive stack of profiles from a matchmaking service. I never asked her to hook me up with a matchmaker, so I asked her why she went to all that trouble for me. And she told me that you had asked her to do it. Holy cow, she got all those profiles printed out already? I knew I was right to ask Aunt Rebecca to do that. She works really fast. You've been telling a stupid pack of lies about me to the whole family, haven't you? Like how I tried to hit on your fiancé. Does that ring a bell? And then when he shot me down, I went into a depressive spiral and didn't get out of bed for a week. I can't tell you how many of our relatives have come by to lecture me about flirting with my little sister's fiancé, even though I did no such thing. You were the one who was hitting on my fiancé. Unlike your fake story about me, he didn't shoot you down. No, he broke up with me because of you. Let me think. No, I don't remember telling anyone about that. Maybe it was someone else. But in any case, it's true that you didn't get out of bed for a week, right? I'm your little sister, Mia. It makes me concerned to see you so depressed, so I thought I'd try and help you out. The best way to forget one guy is to get with another guy. You are unbelievable, Lily. I know, right? Unbelievably kind, unbelievably caring, unbelievably beautiful. I cared so much about you that I went to Aunt Rebecca to sign you up for a matchmaking service and get you out of this icky little slump you've been in. So I don't know what you're getting all mad at me about. I was only trying to help. Uh-oh. Do you think you might be going through early menopause? Sudden mood swings is one of the signs, you know. Oh, go screw yourself, Lily. You know exactly what you did and how it would make me feel. You did this on purpose. Mind if I ask you a question? Why are you texting me exactly? Didn't you say you never wanted to speak to me ever again? What happened to that? I guess you just couldn't resist talking to me. I can't blame you for wanting to talk to me. I am pretty darn awesome. I hate you so much, Lily, with every fiber of my being. You slept with my fiancé while we were still engaged. Not only have you never apologized for that, you even seem like you're proud of it. I don't even consider you to be my sister anymore. You are dead to me. So stop screwing with me.
What's the matter with you, Mia? Lily went out of her way to extend a helping hand and you just throw it in her face?
Oh, for the love of, now I have to deal with you?
Your little sister knows how sad and lonely you are right now and had you signed up for a matchmaking service to help you find someone to heal your emotional scars. She even got your Aunt Rebecca to work together with her on your profile. Did you even say a simple thank you for her concern? No, you told her she was dead to you. I feel so bad for Lily.
Go pound sand, you lying, cheating bastard. I'm not going to mince words with you, Carter. Never contact me again. Every time you text me, the image of your backstabbing, deceitful face pops into my mind and makes me want to puke.
Wow, Lily was right about you. I think you are going into early menopause. Man, did I ever dodge a bullet when I broke up with you.
I need an aspirin.
Something happens to women when they turn 30. They turn into vicious psycho harpies. This nasty attitude of yours is exactly why I dumped you, you know. You were already on thin ice with me just by turning 30, but with that attitude on top of it, no one's ever gonna want you anymore. Meanwhile, your sister Lily is young, beautiful, and not a psycho harpy.
I don't care what you think about me.
Yup, that's another one of your personality flaws. You never cared about me enough. Remember when I told you that you needed to do all of the housework like a woman should? You got super ticked and started whining to me like, "Don't treat me like a maid."
You were treating me like a maid. I had every right to get angry with you. We got engaged and moved in together, and within days you were telling me that I had to do all the housework. I tried telling you that I don't have enough time to do all the housework because of my job, but you never listened to me. And to top it all off, you cheated on me. How was I supposed to react to all of that? Laugh it off?
Did you really expect me to be satisfied by some 30-something woman? If you're expecting your husband not to cheat on you at your age, you're never gonna find a man.
What?
No man is interested in women over 30, Mia. Female beauty is like a ticking time bomb that goes off the night before their 30th birthday. After that, the only thing you're good for is doing housework and popping out babies. And if you're not going to do either of those, then what good are you? Like I said, you'll never find a man. That's why Lily signed you up for that matchmaking service.
I'll tell you the same thing I told Lily. Stop screwing with me. You don't get to tell me what my worth as a woman is. You and that home-wrecking whore can screw off and enjoy each other's company without interfering in my life. Though I doubt the two of you will last very long. Both of you were willing to cheat with each other. One of you is bound to do it again with someone else.
I hate to disappoint you, Mia, but you're dead wrong. Me and Lily are deeply, madly in love with each other. We're planning our wedding right now, and we can't wait to make our vows of eternal love in front of the altar.
Good for you. Are you gonna put up any pictures you two took together while we were still engaged?
Uh-oh, is that a hint of jealousy I detect there? Don't worry, maybe you'll find someone who would be willing to put a ring on your finger. Try looking in a nursing home. I'm sure one of them could use a new wife.
Why did you waste your time and money sending me this invitation, Lily? You know full well that I would never attend your wedding under any circumstances. I told the both of you to stop screwing with me. I know, but hear me out. Word on the street is that you're not having any luck with that matchmaking service I signed you up for. So I thought I would try and do something to help you out again. In spite of the way you so cruelly spoke to me during our last conversation, I decided to invite you to our wedding after all. I give up, Lily. Tell me, how is inviting me to your wedding supposed to help me? I'm so glad you asked. So we're gonna invite a ton of people to the wedding. Friends, neighbors, coworkers. It's gonna be lit. I'll bet there's probably gonna be someone there who would be willing to go out with you. I don't need your help, Lily. Please, Mia, you can drop the act. Trying to act tough just makes you look even more pathetic. There's no way you'll find a boyfriend at your age. Least of all, another eligible bachelor like Carter. How about you just admit that you've lost all hope of finding love and accept the help you're being offered? Well, apparently English isn't your strong suit, so let me repeat myself. I do not need your help, Lily. Got it? Oh, Mia, I really wish you would just accept reality. Fine then, if you won't come to my wedding so I can help you find a boyfriend, would you do it as a personal favor to me? Come on, Mia, your darling little sister is on her knees begging you to come to her wedding. There are many words I could use to describe you, Lily. I wouldn't be able to say most of them on TV, and none of them are darling. Carter thought I was darling enough to leave you for me, though. Excuse me? I mean, it's true. Think about it. He left you so he could be with me. That can only mean he sees me as a superior woman to you. Whatever you think of me, that means you're even worse. Go to hell, Lily. What's that? No witty retort this time. Bummer. I guess that means you're all out of ammo. I bet tears are streaming off your chubby cheeks right now onto your phone. Just like the time when you found out that Carter and I were sleeping together. I'll never forget how ugly you looked when you walked in the door and just stared at us, crying your eyes out. It was hilarious. You're a frickin' sociopath. So you've got to come to my wedding, Mia. I know for sure you'll make that same face when you see me and Carter tying the knot. I always regretted not taking a picture of your face that day, so I'm gonna have one photographer focusing on you the whole wedding. Then I'll have a video of you going through unbearable suffering preserved in 4K HD forever. I'll be able to look at it whenever I want to. I can upload it to social media too, so the whole world can see how pathetic and miserable you are. I am at a loss for words, Lily. You are comically evil. I may have given you too much credit when I called you a sociopath. I think the issue is simply that you don't even have a soul. Soul or no, Carter dumped you and chose me. So yeah, you have to come to the wedding. I won't take no for an answer. You wouldn't turn down a heartfelt request from your adorable little sister, would you? It's the last thing I'll ever ask from you, Mia. Just give me this one thing and I'll be out of your hair forever. Fine, I'll come. Yes! I knew you'd say yes. No one can resist a request from someone as adorable as me. Oh, and I know you don't have much to work with, but try to make yourself look acceptable when you come to the wedding, okay? Who knows? Maybe you might actually have the encounter of a lifetime when you're there. If I might make one recommendation, though, before you come, you should probably consider getting a healthy amount of plastic surgery. You know, to hide your age and your ugliness. You got it, Lily. You're not gonna believe your eyes when you see how I look that day. I'm gonna help you make this a wedding that you are never gonna forget until the day you die. I hope you're ready for it. Oh, I am super excited. Make sure you send back the RSVP, okay? I'm gonna give you the best seat in the entire chapel. What do you think you're doing, Mia? I can't believe you. You are ruining my wedding. What makes you say that, Lily? As far as I can tell, everyone looks like they're having an incredible time. Well, I'm not. I'm miserable thanks to you. Didn't you see how much everyone liked my speech? The whole church gave me a massive round of applause at the end. It was great to see how attentive everyone was. That made everything worth it. Well, good for you, Mia. Glad you got a good reception. Even though everyone was booing me, though. The ugly older sister getting a massive round of applause while the bride gets booed and jeered. This has got to be the worst wedding in the history of the world. I don't think you have any room to complain about that, though. After all, you were the one who did something to deserve that hallelujah chorus of boos. Who would want to celebrate the union of a home-wrecking whore and the groom she stole from her sister? You had no right to do that. How could you? How could you tell everyone how I stole Carter from you at our wedding? I never told anyone about that, not even my best friends. No one knew. And then you announced your own engagement at the very end. You completely stole the show. This was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. But thanks to your melodramatic little speech, you made it the most miserable one. Okay, in my defense, I didn't actually expect everyone to give me that massive round of applause. Like, I thought the reaction would be slightly positive, if not a bit startled, but man, that was crazy. The way everyone stood up and started chanting my name, Mia, Mia, Mia. I felt like I had just scored the winning touchdown at the Super Bowl. And one more thing, are you really engaged, or did you just make that up to make everyone support you more? It's only been a couple months since Carter dumped you. And I mean, I saw how catastrophically depressed you were at the time. You went from the deepest pits of despair to finding a new fiancé in that short span of time. It's such a perfect story for you, it just doesn't seem possible. Sorry to say it, Lily, but that part was 100% true. Aunt Rebecca picked out one of those guys from the matchmaking service and set us up on a date, and we really hit it off. It didn't take but a few dates for us to realize we had a really strong connection, and we started to talk about marriage soon after that. What? You mean that stupid matchmaking service actually worked? But I've been hearing that you weren't finding any decent guys at all. That genuinely was the case at first. I was having trouble connecting with a guy I was compatible with. I had a bunch of dates that were absolute torture from the moment we said hello. But that was all before I told her the truth about you, how you had stolen my fiancé and were doing this in order to twist the knife. I thanked her for her time and effort and told her that I don't need her to set me up any more dates. After that, her entire attitude changed. She told me that now she was more committed than ever to helping me find happiness. You told her? Yep, and I'm glad I did too, because just like she promised, the quality of the men she was introducing to me skyrocketed instantly. Now that she knew the precise reason why I was fed up with the romance and ready to renounce it entirely, she had a much better idea of what men to look for. The last thing she told me before she left that night was, Mia, the sweetest revenge you could ever have would be to become happier than Lily and Carter, and I'm going to make sure that happens. Every date I had after that was nothing but some of the most eligible bachelors I could ever ask for. Eligible? You mean like they were handsome or something? Yeah, but not just that. I was going out to dinner with doctors, lawyers, executives. It was insane. One of them was even a former actor. I had no idea there were so many men like them looking for love. How have they not gotten themselves wives yet? What? I don't believe this. That's not fair. Why do you get to spend so much time with so many high-spec men? It's not like I was dating all of them. I was looking for a life partner. And I found one. I told him about how you slept with my fiancé and were getting married to him, and even with that knowledge, he still asked me to be his girlfriend. He told me that we could take things as slow as I wanted and that he would wait until I was ready to move things along. I was so happy to hear him express such concern for me that I told him I wanted to marry him. So, who is this guy anyway? What's he like? And how much money does he make? I haven't asked him for a specific number yet, but he tells me that he owns and runs multiple companies. But he tells me that I'll never have to work a day in my life if I don't want to. He'll make enough for the both of us. We're looking at destinations for our honeymoon, and he's having me choose from a pamphlet that doesn't list any prices. According to him, the kind of people who purchase these vacation packages aren't worried about the price tag. Are you kidding me? That's unreal. Who did you get engaged to, Mia? Bruce Wayne? I thought guys like that only existed in romantic comedy movies. How did Aunt Rebecca find this guy? Was he really just one of the guys who had signed up for the same matchmaking service? I have no idea where she found him, but wow, am I glad she did. Oh, and another thing. Aunt Rebecca was the one who came up with the plan for me to announce my engagement at your wedding today. She said that since I was going out of my way to do a personal favor for you and granting a heartfelt request from my adorable little sister, that you owe me a personal favor in return. That stupid old hag, she gave you this idea. I thought she was on my side. She wasn't supposed to actually help you find a guy. Thank you so much for inviting me to your wedding, Lily. It felt great to have so many people cheering me on. So that's that. I did a favor for you by coming to my wedding, and you did a favor for me by allowing me to make my announcement. We're even now, and we can go back to not speaking to each other again. You don't have to tell me twice. I never want to see your fat, ugly face again. I will never forgive you for ruining my wedding. Delete my number from your phone. Forget I even exist. Just go away.
Mia, you're really engaged to another guy? Does that mean you're not in love with me anymore?
What kind of question is that? I haven't loved you for months, Carter.
No. How can you talk like that to me? I never stopped loving you.
Huh? What's going on here? Are you drunk or something? You broke up with me and are marrying Lily. Aren't you guys in love with each other?
Well, I mean, yeah, but it's just... It was a huge shock to hear you're getting engaged. I don't know, it made me really sad to hear that you're getting married to someone other than me. It brought back a lot of old memories. Like your cooking. I miss the food you used to make for me.
What the...
I miss the way you'd get mad at me over telling you to do the housework. Lily never gets mad at me. But she doesn't do any housework either. Neither of us do. So all the rooms in the house are filthy, there are stains on the carpet, it's a mess. And she never cooks, so we always eat out. I got to thinking, I don't know if I can keep living like this for the rest of my life. What do you say, Mia? Would you be willing to give me a second chance?
Of course not. What are you thinking, trying to get back together with me like that?
I'm serious, Mia. I realize now that you're the only girl for me. You've only known that loser fiancé of yours for a few months. You can just break it off with him. You don't need him when you have me.
I don't have you. I don't think I ever did, actually. I do have my new fiancé, however. I wouldn't leave him for any man, much less a man who cheated on me with my own sister.
Please, Mia.
You just invited all your friends, family, and coworkers to your extravagant wedding, Carter. Stop this foolishness right now and go make Lily as happy as you can. Just know that the two of you will never be as happy as I am with my fiancé. I hope you're proud of yourself, Mia. The fallout of what you did at my wedding still just keeps on coming. Oh, do tell, Lily. Now that Mom and Dad found out Carter was cheating on you with me, they're super angry at me. All our aunts and uncles are texting me and telling me what an awful person I am. And even my friends are telling me they don't want to hang out with me anymore. My best friend since high school called me a homewrecker and blocked me. Sounds about right to me. I bet a lot of your friends are looking to get married in the near future. I don't blame them for not wanting to risk you stealing any of their men away from them, as you've shown you're willing to do. I would never steal my friends' boyfriends. You mean your sister is fair game, but not your friends? No one's gonna believe that. But that's not even the worst part. Do you want to know what Carter's been doing all day? He's been going through his phone, looking at pictures of him and you, and crying his eyes out. We just got married yesterday, and he won't even look at me. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that. I guess you'll have no choice but to win his heart back. I would suggest learning to cook as a first step. Why should I? I hate cooking. I hate it even more than cleaning. It's the worst. Have I got a solution for you? Aunt Rebecca said she wouldn't mind giving you some cooking lessons. Huh? Yeah, she just dropped by my house for a cup of tea. We got to talking about you, and she thought that might be a solution to some of your problems. She did say that she's a strict teacher, so you should be prepared for that. I am not gonna take cooking lessons. Screw that. Okay, well, then you'd better find some other way to keep him from dumping you. If you're not going to do his cooking or his cleaning for him, you should probably start mentally preparing yourself for when he inevitably cheats on you. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You think Carter's going to cheat on me? He would never dump me. Never say never, Lily. He's already cheated on one woman before. What makes you so sure he won't do it again? Duh, I am way prettier than you are. I know what a man really wants, and I'm gonna give it to him. I'll make sure he never even thinks about another woman. You're too late for that, Lily. He was texting me yesterday asking me if I wanted to get back together with him. No way! Don't worry, I turned him down. I'm not a cheater, unlike some people I know. From the looks of things, though, he's already giving some serious thought to leaving you. No, that can't be. We just had an awesome wedding yesterday. We spent so much time planning it together, and it cost us a ton of money. I can't get divorced one day after getting married. The way I see it, you've got 3 choices. 1, get used to doing 100% of the cooking and cleaning very quickly. 2, get used to the idea of sharing your husband with another woman. Or 3, get used to the idea of being divorced before turning 30. Oh, and if you feel like learning how to cook, don't hesitate to give Aunt Rebecca a call. Lily became super suspicious of Carter from that day forward. She went out and bought a bunch of GPS tags and put them on all his work bags and suitcases. She even sewed some into his clothes. It seems she's trying her hand at doing some cooking, but it isn't going very well. Apparently her cooking is so bad, Carter is deliberately staying late at work to avoid having to eat what she makes for him. Aunt Rebecca's doing her best to try and help Lily out in the best way she can. The other day, Lily finally broke down and called up Aunt Rebecca, begging her to teach her how to cook. It just so happened that Aunt Rebecca was visiting with me when she got that call. I wish you could have seen the devilish grin she had on her face when she quietly responded to her by saying, "It would be my pleasure." I texted Aunt Rebecca after their first lesson together asking how it went. She replied by sending me a picture of Lily curled up in the floor in the fetal position, covered from head to toe in flour, cinnamon, chili powder, and beef bouillon. I asked her what on earth she was trying to cook, and Aunt Rebecca said spaghetti. So it seems like Lily has a long road ahead of her. Here's hoping for the best.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
Hey, listen. Is it really true that you guys received $5 million from your husband's parents after they passed away? What? Oh, I guess I meant that Dave got $5 million from his parents' will, right? Man, but really, who would have thought that his parents had that kind of money just sitting around all the way until their passing? I so wonder why I ended up divorcing a man like him now. Had I known about all that cash, then I would have never left him. I'm sorry, but who is this? Oh, I'm sorry for getting so carried away there. I'm Dave's ex-wife, Catalina. And you should be Summer, right? You and him got married around 10 years ago, correct? That's true, but how come you know my phone number? And how do you know about my husband's money that he just received? There is nothing in this world I don't know about. And one of those things that I started to know about recently was that my ex got married again. I don't get it though, considering he told me that he'd love me forever and ever. Well, this is probably another reason why I chose to divorce him back then. Well, when you stab someone in the back and then divorce them, they tend to stop loving you anymore. Huh? I've heard quite a bit about you myself from Dave. You just got up and vanished one day out of Dave's sight without ever telling him, right? There was another man you ran off with, right? And that's why you left him with a stack of divorce papers on the counter that you had already gone through and filled out. That's all I've heard from Dave about what happened then. Oh my, so you do know about what happened between us. Well, since you seem to know so much about me as well, that'll help moving this conversation along. There's actually a very good reason for why I'm contacting you today. I'm sorry to ask this, but can you please go tell Dave that he needs to hand me all that money he got from his parents? What? You want me to tell him that he needs to give you that $5 million? Yes, that's right. And the reason I ask is that because I'm his ex-wife, I also have a right to that money. Huh? I've been trying to contact Dave about this time after time already, but ever since the divorce, he's been ignoring me completely. That's why I had no other choice but to look up his wife's contact info and reach out to her. Therefore, can I ask you to please send him that message I've told you? Hold on for one moment. Why do you think you have any right to that money he inherited from his parents? Because I have the right. I mean, back when I was married to him, I had to live together with his parents at their house. Huh? Back when living with his parents, every day was so hard for me. As his wife, I was forced to do all the chores there. I had to cook for everyone and clean for everyone. Literally anything his parents and him didn't want to do was given to me. But because of all that work I put in, you can say that I was a better caretaker for both his parents than Dave was, right? That's why, as a thank you for all that time and effort I sacrificed, I should be given at least a percentage of that inheritance. As a thank you? I've heard from many people before that as someone who took care of them while they were growing older and older, I have a right to some of their things. So considering that I put in all that work for those two, shouldn't I get something in return now? At the very least? I think $100,000 would be enough to satisfy me. $100,000 at the very least? It was so hard having to live with his parents. You should be able to understand where I'm coming from here since you're his current wife. Don't you think that's a fair amount to be asking for right now? Not at all. The only thing I'm thinking right now is when is this clown gonna shut up? I've heard all about the time you had to live with his parents alongside him, and as far as I can tell, what you got in the end is what you deserved. Wasn't the reason for you having to live with them in the first place the fact that you went and used up all Dave's money that was meant for a new house on yourself? And so as a punishment for that, he had you and himself move back in with his parents and made sure they worked you enough to make up for all that money of his. What? Dave's even gone and told you about all of that part as well? From what all I've been told, you were forcing Dave to work and bring in all his money for your sake. He had even tried to ask you to take some time off from doing the chores if you wanted, as long as you got a part-time job or something to help bring in money for your spending. Yet you never listened to him and just continued to use him as though he was your wallet or something. That was... He told me that every time he'd confront you, all you'd reply with is saying that you only wanted to do the most simple chores in the house. Therefore, there was never a moment where you went and helped Dave earn more money for the house by getting a part-time job. And then, when you started to get upset with his parents for working you all the time in their home, you would leave at night to go mess around with another man. So, can you tell me again, Catalina, what part of all that is a good enough reason for you getting any bit of that inheritance he got from his parents? You're a real annoyance, aren't you? Just because you're his frickin' wife does not mean you get to talk to me like that. You're the one that ended up marrying my leftovers. So do you really think that someone in your position can talk to me like that right now? Excuse me? I want to talk with Dave about all this, so shut the hell up and go let him know I need to talk. Stop trying to get in my frickin' way when all I'm asking for is $100,000 from him. I wasn't trying to get in the way of you or Dave, to be fair. Well, then you shut up and do as I asked. Now, you go and let Dave know what I've said. You're going to tell him all the details, right? Dave, can you talk for a second? I know you probably don't want to talk about this, but I have news for you from your ex.
From Catalina?
Just a little bit ago, she had texted me about this. She told me that she's been trying to get in touch with you, but you kept ignoring her, so she had to talk to me instead.
Could this all be about her wanting part of the inheritance?
Yep. She wants $100,000 from you, at the very least. She says that she deserves the money after having to live and work with your parents for a few years.
I thought that by ignoring all her constant calls and texts that she'd give up, but no. She actually went ahead and started talking to you. I'm sorry, Summer. You shouldn't have to be involved in all of this.
No worries, Dave. It's not your fault. But seeing her trying this hard to get a bit of that money from you, did she really live that difficult of a life with your parents back when you told her she needed to go help them? She was telling me about how she was forced into doing everything for them for years as their caretaker.
Huh? How was any of that difficult for her? She told me she didn't want to work a part-time job at all. So I sent her there to help them with their chores. But every single day was the worst. When it came to her cooking, she'd still go out to the store and pick up pre-made foods for both my parents and I. And when the doctor started to tell my parents that they needed to stop taking in so much salt, Catalina went ahead and continued to feed them more fried foods. She would never put any effort into cleaning the house and would just sit around complaining about having to pick up a few crumbs off the floor or something.
The fact that she thinks she deserves even $100,000 from you all for that is crazy. I've already tried to tell her off myself now. But I'm thinking it would be better that you got in touch with her one time and told her to leave us alone yourself. What do you think?
No, just having to talk to her in general is a waste of time. That's why I'm just going to continue to ignore her, and you should do the same.
But by doing something like that to her, she'll never understand that you literally won't give her a penny and might continue to try harder and harder to talk to you. I think you should get in touch with her once and let her know that the money is not hers, and that her piss-poor effort while married to you will not be met with any reward. I get that ignoring her is the easier thing to do here, but over time it's going to start to wear you down even.
Well, I suppose it's a good point, but I really don't want anything to do with that witch anymore. I don't even think she'll listen to a thing I say to her if I take the time to reach out.
Let's just try our best, Dave. We don't have to convince her to agree with our stance or anything, just as long as we explain the situation with that money to her. Also, if you continue to ignore her all the time, she's just going to keep trying to talk to me about all this.
I wouldn't want that either. You have nothing to do with any of this. So she should just stick to me and leave you the hell alone. All right, fine. Guess I have no other choice but to go and tell that witch off. I really don't feel good about all of this, but I guess it wouldn't hurt me too much to have to talk with her.
I'm so sorry, Summer, but it looks like I'll be getting that $5 million from Dave after all. Excuse me? But this is all because of you as well, right? You went ahead and told him what I was asking for me. You are much like Dave's and my Cupid right now. I'm not really sure what all you're talking about right now, so could you please walk me through again what's happened? Actually, just a little while ago, I got in touch with Dave again. I thought he was calling me to say that he'd be sending me some money soon, but instead he actually asked to come and see me in person. He said he had some really important stuff he wanted to talk to me about. And considering it had been so long since we last saw one another, he asked if we could talk over lunch or dinner. This has to be him trying to get back with me, right? He's going to come with all that money he inherited and propose to me again like he did so long ago. I'm not sure that's what's going to happen at all. I'm sure you just have the wrong idea here, so could you please keep all of that to yourself from now on? Wait, how is any of this the wrong idea? I happen to be prettier than you and use all kinds of higher-end cosmetics than you. I know for a fact that he's going to want to get back with me, and that's why he's coming out to talk with me in person. Huh? And another thing with Dave. For the longest time now, he's been ignoring me, right? But when I sent him a picture of myself looking my very best, he started to reply to me again like things had never changed. And that's when he told me he had something he wants to talk about, so we'll meet in public to have that talk. You sent him a picture of yourself? You would really do something like that to someone else's husband? Well, starting really soon, he's going to be coming back to me, so what's the big deal? I am so looking forward to the dinner we'll be having soon. I think I'll wear a really nice dress today to prepare for that proposal he has for me. Oh, but there's also a chance that tonight we'll be staying out at the same hotel, so I need to be ready for that. I'll make sure to get myself all prepared for that as well now, too. Would you cut all that out right now? Dave is not going out to see you with the intent of getting back together. I understand that you want to think something like that, but Dave is back to being focused on me again. That's why after so many years of ignoring me, he's finally stopped trying to evade me and is coming right back. You're going to be tossed aside in only a couple more hours, so you'd better get yourself ready for that divorce. What? I need to get a head start on filling out all the papers for our marriage now as well then. He's already putting in all the work to finally come back to me tonight, so the least I could do is get that paperwork all ready. And then both Dave and all that inheritance will be mine. Dave's parents are still alive, you know. What? I can't do this anymore. There's no way I can ask Dave to go and meet with someone as mentally unstable as you now. So in order to keep him away from you, I'll tell you everything you need to know right now. All of the things you've been confused about this whole time. Confused about what? By the way, what the hell are you talking about by saying his parents are still alive? Dave just got $5 million as an inheritance from them. If his parents hadn't died, then how would he be able to get that kind of money from them? You are partially correct. Dave did, in fact, get $5 million as an inheritance. But whoever told you that money came from his parents? Huh? Well, just by hearing that, wouldn't it normally be the case that he got the money from his dead parents? Let me ask you this, actually. If it wasn't from his parents that he got that inheritance, then who the hell did it come from? From your parents, Catalina. Huh? From mine? Yes, that's right. Your parents went ahead and gave Dave $5 million after they passed away. It was written in their will that he get that amount of money, so there was no way we could say no to it. The lawyer told us when handing over the money that your parents wanted him to have the money as a way of saying sorry for their terrible daughter. And that even though he wasn't related to them by blood or anything, he was still like a son to them. So that's what ended up happening. Huh? No way in hell that happened. Stop trying to lie about something as serious as that. I'm just telling you the truth is all. How is any of that the truth? My family is just your average family, and neither of my parents would have ever had $5 million just sitting around. And hold on, they aren't even dead yet. So tell me, when did they actually die, and what would have made them give their daughter's ex all of that money? I have no idea what you're going on about right now, and I might consider you more mentally unstable than myself right now. I'm sure to you, both of your parents may have seemed like any other family, but in reality, those two were very good at saving up money. And I'm really sorry to have to break it to you this way, but your parents are long gone. What? You're really going to continue telling me that sick joke? This must mean you had no idea what happened then. That's why Dave wanted to meet with you in person. And actually, it was me that convinced him to go out and talk with you in person about all the important details. And, well, that all happened around the same time you sent him that picture of yourself to try and get him to talk. Dave has never, ever thought of getting back together with you, and to be honest, he doesn't even really want to see you in person. Wait a second. It's not that I don't understand you, but rather I'm totally blanking on what's happening right now. What do you even mean when you say that my parents have passed away? Later on, you can listen to what Dave has to tell you when it comes to your parents passing. And when that time comes, you will listen to him in a serious manner and will stop trying to talk about getting back together again, right? Now I need to get going.
Thank you so much, Summer. You really did me a huge favor by bringing a lot of that stuff up with Catalina before I had to talk with her. Because of that, the whole time she remained quiet and listened to me, and the whole conversation went over smoothly.
That's great to hear. But how was Catalina when you saw her?
You could say she was looking really sad, but I think it was just all the shock that was making her look that way. But that's what'll happen, right? She had no idea her own parents passed away and had to be told today by her ex's wife.
That's right. She had all that information crammed into her head today, so of course she'd be frozen stiff from being in shock.
But this is just another step in the ladder of things she's had coming for her all this time, right? Back when her dad passed away in that car accident, she never answered any of the calls her mother gave her. And then when her mother passed away from that illness a couple of years later, she didn't answer any of the calls from the hospital.
Even after all those calls from both the hospital and her family, she never bothered to call back, huh? Had she just answered one of those calls, she wouldn't have had to live frozen in shock like she is now.
But there was a reason for why she never answered any of those calls from anyone then. So it's unfortunate that she never got to be with her family during either of her parents' deaths, but that's on her. You remember me telling you about how the divorce happened, right? About how Catalina ran off with the man she was cheating on me with and left me the divorce papers? At the time, she had borrowed money from my family in order to run away from me. The reason we never had enough money to move out from my parents' house and get a place of our own is because she borrowed $50,000 from them, and they took that from me thereafter.
Wait, really?
She had cried and begged for my mom and dad to give her some money so that she could get away because living with them was too hard. And so in the end, they gave her $50,000, thinking she'd use it with me to get us a house or an apartment. But in the end, we found out she was using that money to run away. And we only found that out after we got a call a few days later from where she told me she was gone for good. After that last call, though, she never answered any more of our calls or texts, and so we thought that was the end of her.
So that's why she was never answering any of her family's calls to her either? Or any calls, for that matter?
Which is crazy because her dad's accident and mother's illness all happened years after that. Yet she was still dodging any call or text people gave her. Had she just answered someone, then none of this would have ever happened to her now, and you and I could be living without her bothering us.
Now that you mention all of that, your mom really wanted to find Catalina and talk with her again, right?
When you and I got married, there was another couple at the wedding you may have remembered, right? They were around my parents' age and both wore very standard formal wear. Those were Catalina's parents, and ever since she ran off, they had been very close to me. That's why I felt I needed to go see her mom when she was in the hospital, and why I was there for both her mom and dad's funerals. I was even there to help with her mom's bedside care for some time before she had to go to the hospital. I just never thought that continued relationship with them would end with them writing me down in their will for $5 million.
I remember that day so clearly, Dave. That lawyer called you out of nowhere, and before we could even ask what the call was about, he was telling you there was an inheritance that you needed to receive. And when we went in to get it, it turned out to be $5 million. I almost passed out when I heard that number from the lawyer. Your ex's mother really left you with more than anyone was ever expecting, huh?
Had Catalina actually stayed in touch with her parents, she might have actually gotten some money from them. She could have used that time she might have had left with her parents to apologize for what she did and all that.
Well, I think her not getting a single penny from them is what she deserves. But I wonder if after hearing all of this from you and I, will she be willing to give up now?
The only option she has now is to give up. The reason all of this is happening to her is her own fault. And if she really still wants to have a piece of this money, then she can go talk to the lawyer about it. I'm sure he can get the point across to her that this is what her mom wanted.
Well, let's just call this the end then. Good work, Dave. I'll make you a small meal for when you get home, and then I'll get the bath all ready for you so that you can calm your nerves a little. Give me back my inheritance! That $5 million should be going to me! Why do I have to sit here and let that money go to my ex and his wife now? You already heard about everything from Dave yesterday, right? You never answered any of your family's calls or texts, and so this is what you get for completely ignoring all of them. Shut the hell up! I am going to go over there and steal all that money back right now. I'll make sure all $5 million are back in my hands. What? I never actually knew my own parents had all that money saved up before their deaths. I could have sworn they didn't have much money at all, and they never once lived like celebrities or anything like that while I was around. And how was I even supposed to know my dad got into an accident and died, and that my mom became sick a year later and passed from that? How the hell could they just give Dave all their money just because I didn't answer some stupid phone calls? I will not let this happen to me. If you have some complaints about how things turned out, why don't you go and tell that to their gravestones? They were the ones that chose to give Dave this money, so you have to talk to them. Shut up! I am tired of talking about this with you, so get that goddamn money together and wait for me to come over and get it. I'll be bringing a lawyer along with me who knows all about that kind of stuff as well, so you won't be able to say a single thing. I'll make sure that $5 million all comes back to me. I guess there's really no other option now. If that's how you're going to behave, then so will Dave and I. You are more than welcome to come here with that lawyer of yours. But know that the moment you step foot on our property, you will be owing my husband $50,000. Huh? $50,000? What the hell is that money for? That happens to be the amount of money you borrowed from Dave's parents, right? You do remember when you went and took that money from them, making it seem like you and Dave would be getting a new place, only to run off and use the money to get away from Dave, right? I remember all of that, but why do I have to pay that back? The parents I got that money from are both dead now. The thing is, though, it's your parents who are dead and Dave's who are still around. And since you took that money from them, they are asking for it back now. What? Back after the divorce, your parents actually got in touch with Dave's and handed them $50,000 so that Dave didn't have to end up paying his parents anything for what you'd done. However, when your dad passed away, your mom wrote in the will for Dave that he would be getting both the $5 million and the $50,000 that you should be owing your parents, who are now both gone. So, Catalina, you have to pay Dave $50,000 now. What did you say? Even though the people you should have owed that money to are gone now, you will still have that debt in your name forever. And, well, the person to receive that money from you was passed over to Dave in the will as well. You did say you'd be bringing a pretty strong lawyer along with you, right? I won't even have to explain anything to him then, because all he'll have to do is have a look at the will and that'll be all. Wow, I never thought you'd bring a pro and all that legal work along with you to pay us that $50,000 back. That is so very helpful of you, Catalina. Wait. I don't care about any of that crap, so you're not getting any $50,000 from me. You really think saying you don't care about the law will make a lawyer turn a blind eye to you? Well, if that's the case, then I suppose we can just say we don't care about you getting this $5 million from us, and so you won't be getting anything. Huh? Now I have to get going. If you still have things to complain about to us for some reason, then please bring us that $50,000 and then we'll listen. And after that last text from me, I never got another message from her again. I made sure to tell Dave about what she was saying just in case, and he told me he really doesn't care about the $50,000 from her since he already got $5 million. And actually, he said it was good that I made that remark about the $50,000 because that should be enough to keep her out of our hair for the rest of the time. As for what Catalina's been up to after all that, she started to go around telling loan sharks and such that her husband had $5 million coming his way and used that lie in order to borrow large amounts of money. However, since that was a lie and the loan sharks are starting to figure all that out, she's been having a really hard time running from all their goons. Recently, we had heard some more news about her and what happened regarding those loan sharks. And it turns out that some of them were far scarier than even she thought, which led to Catalina no longer being in the US anymore.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as